All right, guys. This is the first time I'm gonna do one of these right here. This is kind of new for me. I have a subject, and I've had a lot of people to come in and want to not come in, but a lot of people have requested I do a somewhat of a live stream or just a video on punch list items. If you guys know what punch list items, well, first of all, a little bit about myself. I'm a residential home builder. I've been building for 20 plus years. And when you're doing custom job, first of all, there's a difference between custom jobs and spec jobs. If you do a speculative job or speculative build job, that's when you go in and you get the loan from the bank, you build a house. Um, you get the loan from the bank, you go buy the property, you build a house, get your real estate agent, and you sell the house when you're done with it. It's kind of like a product. So on the spec side, you actually are selling a product. On the custom side, that's when a homeowner comes and solicit me as a builder, and when we're done, I go through the process. I build a house for them. They make changes, et cetera, whatever needs to be done. When I'm done with it, I get my final payment. Typically you get your payments throughout the whole process. And when you're done, you get your final payment. Um, Over the last couple of years, with the way things have been, it is extremely difficult to do um, custom jobs, especially in the higher end price range. And it makes it very important for builders to come out here and or builders to be very savvy when it comes down to how they engage and interact with customers. I mean, you better have that thing on point because if there's any disagreement or anything like that, Lord forbids, if you have change orders, sometimes these change orders can eat away at your profit. And the bottom line, if you're not making profit margins, it's very difficult to stay in business. Okay. Uh, Also, another reason I want to do this right here is another reason I want to do one of these right here. I'm testing out this software. It's called StreamYard. Uh, yeah, StreamYard, and I'm just gonna do this one right here. And if it works out pretty good, I think I'm gonna start doing a lot of my. Go ahead and get the full package of StreamYard so I can add my logos and things like that up here. But this is just kind of like a trial uh, period right here. But let's get down to business, guys. So typically, when you get done with a job, whether you're doing a spec job, a speculative job, or you're doing a custom job, the bottom line is at the end of the job, you're gonna have a punch list. And what the punch list is gonna do, see, the punch list is gonna be a list of items that you're gonna address before that homeowner actually move into that house. And I sincerely suggest you as a builder, if you're a builder, I wouldn't, if there's any way you can stipulate this on your contract, I really wouldn't let a person move into a house until you have addressed all of those punch list items. Or better yet, all the loose ends need to be handled before that person moves in. And the reason I say that is because you don't want to get into the you don't want to get into the habit of these guys moving in the house and there were loose ends that were left over. The problem is when you come back out there to that house, especially if you're one of those custom builders where you kind of hands on and you actually engage with the homeowners, etc. You're gonna get into a never ending circle of constantly doing additional items when you come back out there. That's just and and the problem is if you just cut it off and say I'm just not going to do this, now you kind of have severed your relationship with that homeowner. You could, in most cases, you can, the homeowners won't refer you, and the bottom line, guys, if you're doing a custom job, right now, if I have a 3,500 square feet home, right now it's taking 8 months to a year to build these houses. With the, for whatever reason, we don't have subcontractors available. Um, Prices are going up. It's just, it's really hard. So if you are in a contract with a homeowner for that long and you're engaging with them all the time, at some point in time, um, you guys are gonna get crossed. You know, you guys are not gonna agree. Just constantly engaging with someone. At some point in time, there's gonna be a problem, and you guys, you guys at the end of the about the time you're almost finished with the house, you guys are probably not going to be on speaking terms, which that's just not a win for you as a builder. So that really hurts you as a builder, because what ends up happening is that that homeowner can go out there and bad mouth you, bad mouth your company, and uh, that hurts, and that's not what you want to do. But punch list item, guys, I got a group of things here. Let me see. The first thing you want to do, guys, the very first thing you want to do, um, when you when you um when you get your homeowner, is you want to have a solid contract, guys. I mean, your contract needs to be ironclad. And I tell builders that I suggest all builders, the first thing you need to do, and this is the contract I use, and I'm just gonna kind of go briefly with it, but um, I think that every builder in the business, as soon as you get your home builder's license, like in the state of Alabama, I live in Alabama, so soon as you get your home builder's license, whatever area that you live in, I think that the first thing you should do is join the local home builders association in that area. In this area, the home builders association is going to be the Greater Birmingham Association of Home Builders. Let me see if I have it. But this, I would join. See if I have it here, and I should be a little bit more. I should be a little bit more. I should have all this stuff ready. Greater Birmingham Association of Home Builders. There it is, right there. But I tell you what, guys. When I first got my home builder's license, I joined this organization. Man, I tell you, it was one of the best things that I've done. And what it does, that's association. So it kind of goes. And actually, this is Alicia Huey. This year's, she's part of the Home Builders Association here in in Birmingham, in the Birmingham area, and she's also the National Association of Home Builders president this year. Um, she's very savvy, great builder. I've been knowing Alicia for years. She does a great job, builds beautiful homes. But let me just tell you guys something about the Home Builders Association, guys. And I tell all my buddies, and guys, you know, it's not about black, white. And I tell a lot of my friends, don't box yourself in based on color. You know, um, the Home Builders Association, guys, the color, the only color we know is green. We trying to figure out a way, um, you know, to to maximize our profit margins, and that's what it's about. And builders, black, white, blue, green, they don't care, guys. They're out here. They will help you if you want to be helped. These are some of the we have a lot of little meetings, and one thing I hate is I can't get that in the meeting. But to make a long story short, let me kind of get off this right here, guys. The first thing you need to join is a home builders association. You have access to more people. Um, people can really, really help you grow your business. They can help you learn about the business in those associations, as well as in this association right here. I actually got my contract through the association, and the home builders contract that you're going to have access to is going to be a contract that's going to be specifically designed to help home builders. And guys, I've gotten myself in this is the first time I've never had to get into any type of litigation with anybody, and I had my first one. If it was not for me having this contract has some ironclad teeth in it. And even with me not being as savvy when it comes down to contracts, this contract actually really, really helped me on the back end. There's some things I could have done better, but this contract actually helped. But this is how this thing works. So, guys, basically, when you talk about your punch list items and things like that, what I do is I have all of that as part. I'm just going to scroll all the way down here. I have my warranty information here. That's my German Shepherd, guys, by the way. But I usually, as part of my contract, I also have a limited warranty agreement too. I like to service all my warranties. Okay, I don't like to hire 210 warranty or things like that. Some builders do that. I like to deal with my home warranties because I know what's going on with the houses that I've built. So I kind of have a good idea of how to address those items. But in this right here warranty package, guys, you're gonna have a part is a pre-occupancy inspection agreement. And in this agreement, you're gonna sign this. You and that homeowner, you got it right here, guys. You got to go through every last room in that house. Now there are rules here too. Now you just don't go in here and just say, "Hey, you get a flashlight and you 2 feet from the wall and you say, I see a spot on the paint. And you need to take care of that." Now there are rules to it. You got to be, 6 feet away from the walls, in moderate lighting. They give you some rules for it, but you got to go through every last one of these rooms in that house, and you kind of can see here, electrical switch, smoke detectors. And here's the thing, as a builder, you should do that stuff anyway. So you're gonna go through all light fixtures, unit, water, breaker bunks, everything. It just kind of gives you this is a good pre-inspection sheet, and it's good for you as the builder as well. Um, cleanliness, exterior of the home, and you go through every last one of these items. Okay. And once you get finished going through every last one of these items, you're going to have a list of items. It's going to be you're going to devise a list of items that, because the bottom line, you're not going to build a perfect house. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to be perfect. There are going to be some items that's going to be wrong. And it is what it is. But you're going to address the items that are problems. Now, just because they put it on their punch list, it doesn't mean that you're going to do what they tell you to do. It just means that, see, some of the things that you have on that punch list, they may be within building quality and standards. And that is another thing that you want to do. So along with this right here, guys, with this pre-inspection sheet, prior to that homeowner signing the original contract, so when we sign this original contract, I also give that homeowner, so before they, when they sign this contract and everything is good, I also give the homeowner a copy of this right here, guys. And this is also through the Home Builders Association. It's through the National Association of Home Builders. And this is a great item. This is a residential construction performance guidelines. And what it does, it takes every part of a residential home, just about every part. There's going to be some things that we may not get. But what it does, it gets most of these items in that home, and it tells you what are the guidelines for it. What are the national standards and guidelines these items should be built to? Say, for instance, it may say something like concrete. Concrete is going to crack. There ain't nothing you can do about it. It would tell you that. And we can kind of see some of these items here, concrete stoops and steps. I mean, it goes over a bunch of different things. Let me just kind of grab one of these right here so you can kind of see how this right here works. So let's look at this one right here. This is right here is page 12 on this right here. Um, let's say this is your observation. In exterior door sticks or bends. It's right here. So be right here, guys. You got an exterior door. Let me just kind of change this right here, right quick. Right. So you got an exterior door, sticks or bends. The performance guidelines, it says that exterior doors will operate smoothly, except that doors may stick during occasional periods of high humidity or with variations in temperature. All right. This is the corrective measure. The contractor, which is me, um, the contractor will adjust or replace the door to meet the performance guidelines if the problem is caused by a faulty workmanship of materials. So that's what I should be dealing with. And then it also gives you notes, discussions. Exterior doors may warp or um, bend to some degree because of the difference in the temperature and the humidity between inside and outside surfaces. The contractor is not responsible for warpage. If painting of doors was not within the contractor's scope of work, any changes to originally installed door hardware, weather stripping, or other door components that cause improper operation are not the contractor's responsibility. So this whole thing, I mean, it really pretty much goes through and break the whole house down. And this thing right here is really easy to kind of navigate through because it kind of goes, you talk about the introduction, you got site work, foundation, interior, kind of like you're building a wall from the ground up. So this is a good little. So what I do, guys, is I give that homeowner a copy of this. And I have them to sign off on that as well, that you got this. And on top of that, when we finish the house, like I said, we turn around and, on the contract, I give them, when we finish the house, we also do an inspection sheet where we go through all the items in the house just to make sure. That's how we generate our punch list. Okay. Then once we get our punch list generated, this is how it looks when we generate that punch list. So this is a particular punch list. Let me kind of knock some things out here, but I go through and laundry room, cut out for wash machine drain. So these are some of the things I have on the punch list. Then, and guys, look, they only get one chance at that punch list. I had one guy, it took him 8 hours. He was there all day doing a punch list. But that punch list is not an ongoing thing. It's not something that you're going to do. And then when you move in, you're going to keep it going. Guys, as a builder, you cannot let that happen because here's the thing. If that happens, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be, that homeowner is going to turn you into a butler. You're going to be there all the time. You're not going to ever leave. And you can't make money if you're always going back, over and over some stuff, So that's why you get one time to do this punch list, And I've had people say, well, I felt like I was rushed. No, you get one time to do this punch list. You guys get that understanding on the front end. And but you got to handle that stuff, guys. You got to go in there and you got to go in there and you got to get that stuff done. I go through. I had one today that I was going in, and I was making sure that I had everything done. Just when they generate this list, when you generate that list, however long that list is, and sometimes I think my list was much longer than that. I might have narrowed that thing down, but sometimes you might have a 2 or 3 page list. But if those were items, this is why you want to go back to your building quality standards. So you want to look these items up, and you want to make sure all these items are there. So you want to make sure you handle all of those items to the entirety. Like I said, now just because it was on there don't mean you got to do it. You look at this guideline right here and say, hey, how am I going to handle this right here as a builder? But when you handle it, you need to handle it, get it done before they move in. Because now if they move in, they're going to be bumping up against the wall. Now they're going to try to make that list longer for you. So these are some items, guys. And I just wanted to do this little quick video on punch list item because I had a couple of builders give me a call and say, hey man, how do you handle this right here? And we kind of talked about it. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions. And here's another thing, guys. Please, you guys, please hit the like button. That kind of generates the algorithm where more people can get a hold of this content here. And I really just try to do this, guys, to try to teach people and make more savvy homeowners when it comes down to construction and actually help builders out too. Okay. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one.